Welcome, welcome, welcome to another edition of Weigh In, y'all, a 21 question conversation where we ask the craziest, most random 21 questions to our funny friends and we see if they can beat the heat and make it to the end of the episode. It is always such a good time that we just cannot help ourselves. And we thank you guys so much for tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond. And if you guys want to tune in on Roku, you guys can simply go on over and access your Roku device or a friend that has Roku. And if you don't have any of those, I'll be happy to lend you one of mine. We have a few hanging around. And then you will download the UBSN TV app. I have told you guys so much about it. I just think you absolutely know what it is. And when you download it, it's free. That's the best price in the city. It's free. So make sure that you go ahead and make that happen. And when you download the Roku device, you will then come to this photo and you can simply press the button and you will be introduced to a world of funny folks like this one we have in our studio today. So without further ado, let me go ahead and introduce today's guest, who is G.D. Fenderson. That's pretty easy. Hi, G.D.
I'm good.
You're good. You're looking good. You sound good.
Thank you. I worked out today. Not really. No, that's why I'm just doing it from here up, because from here down there's like a shadow. I have comedian gut.
Comedian gut. We're gonna have to get to that.
Comedian gut. Yeah.
We're gonna have to get to that. So welcome to the show, and thank you so much for joining us. And since I just literally met you live on screen right now, tell me and the people tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond a little bit more about you.
Okay, I don't know what you need to know about me, but this is what I'm going to tell you about me. I don't consider myself a comedian. I consider myself a humorist. And part of that's because most comedians are... they really need to be on stage and they need the self-approval and so forth. And I don't really need your approval. I know I'm funny, and otherwise I wouldn't get up on the stage. And so when I'm on stage, I try to help people learn something. I talk about current events, talk about my life, but whatever it is I'm talking about, I'm hoping that I'm touching a part of you and your life to give you permission to understand something about yourself or feel something about yourself. So I'm more like a mirror, and depending on how attractive you are is how attractive you're going to think I am, because I am your mirror. And if you think I'm ugly, well, that's on you, because that means you're ugly and you're just projecting on me because I'm your mirror. So that's
Okay. That's always.
And on June 2nd and 3rd, I would be a live mirror at the Scott Center in Westminster, Maryland. June 2nd and June 3rd. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh my God, you said this in the green room. And I was like, it can't be that bad. But I love it that you are out there doing your own thing and you are showing off your own way. So tell us a little bit about this show on June 2nd and 3rd.
Okay, it'll be my third attempt at having not third attempt. I've done 2 previous 90-minute DVDs. The first one was called My Parents Meant Well, and my second one was called The Disillusionist. My first one I did 2 years into doing stand-up. That was my goal, to do a 90-minute set after 2 years of comedy. And I think I did a pretty good job. You can check it out. It is free right now. I put it on YouTube for free once the pandemic started. I realized people were not going to be getting out and they may run out of things to watch. And eventually they may get so bored, they'll watch my DVDs. So both of them are available for free on my YouTube page. You can actually just go to my website, www.soogdfunny.com. And there is a page that says DVD, and you can actually go there. there'll be a link to each of the two different shows. They're both 90. Well, one is actually the first one is actually 2 minutes and 20 seconds long, uh, and it's supposed to be a 90-minute show. But you'll learn eventually that my mouth doesn't have a turn off switch. It has a slow down. It has two settings, um, on and honor. It doesn't have an off switch. So
On
the
and
first
honor.
and honor. That's it. There is no off switch. That's it. And so,
Okay.
but so the first one, good writing. I said it was my first DVD, and I think it's great. Well, not great in the sense that it's like earth shattering, but I think it's great in the sense that if you watch it, I think you'll enjoy it, and I think you'll enjoy all 220 minutes of it. The second one, The Disillusionist, is a 90-minute show, and it's not standard stand up. It is actually more like a three-act play, a three-act one-man play, and it covers the birth of a baby, or actually pre-birth of a baby. That's where it begins with a young black baby trying to decide whether it wants to be born into a country where Trump is president, and that's where you come in. When that baby is trying to decide if it wants to be, if that black baby can think he can survive in Trump's America. And then the second act is that young black man as an older black man, me, current day. And then the third act is I'm dead. I've already lived my life, and now we're having my funeral. And but I'm, like I said, I'm dead, so I am now playing the minister, and I'm playing all of the mourners. I'm playing my mother, my grandmother, my cousins, my brothers, my sisters. I'm playing all the other parts and the minister. And that's the second one. This third one is called Psychomedy 101, The Jokes Less Traveled. And it was planned on being my last one, my third and final DVD. And I was to talk about things that I never talked about in the first two DVDs or on stage, period. But stuff that's it's hard to make funny, and you can lose the audience by talking about rape and stuff like that. But the conversation did need to be had, or does need to be had. But I wanted with too much material. Um, I am a very prolific writer as well as a very prolific talker. And so I wound up with almost 3 hours worth of material for a 90-minute show. So I had to cut some things out, or talk twice as fast, or just not let people laugh and just keep talking. And then let nobody laugh. And I just keep talking. And then at the end, let people know that they missed all of the jokes. But that's beside the point. It's a 90-minute show. And
wow, I can't
yeah,
wait just to see just a little bit of that. And as you were kind of talking, I was like, let me see if I can just get a little hint of what he was talking about, and let me see if I can show the people tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond. So here's a snippet. I'm not sure what it is or why it is or any
okay,
of that, but let's
okay.
play it, and then you can tell us.
Okay.
Yes, she told me she knows what to do. She also told me it felt better if I just relax. She dimmed the lights, turned on soft music, soon I was dropping down. Then I felt her fingers going round. Doctor was right, my butt cheeks are tight. It just seemed a little weird. Surrender, so tender. Doctor says it's okay. Yeah, yeah. on her from our teens. She really knows the ins and outs and all of the in-betweens. She refined her anal technique on soldiers in the war. She mixed some shampoo with some lube and called it No More Tears. My doctor was right, my butt cheeks are tight. It just seems a little weird. So tender, so tender. My doctor says it's okay. Hey, hey, no more excuses. I see my doctor several times a year. She's treating me for an addiction to fingers in my ear. Sometimes I wake up and there's Lou is losing on the couch. I get some water and a scrub brush and a can of shell. My doctor was right, my butt cheeks are tight. It just seems a little weird. So tender, so tender. My doctor says it's okay. It's okay.
All right. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. Okay, so tell us a little bit about that video.
Okay. Sometimes sometimes I get bored waiting for the next thing to do for YouTube or whatever. And I want my name out there. I still want people to keep track that I'm still be alive, to stay relevant, I guess. And I used to put up my routines on YouTube a lot, my 5 or 10 minute routines. But some of them were being stolen by a particular comedian, and I
Uh-oh.
didn't notice it. My wife noticed it first, and I said, "No, we're just both smart, and that's why we came up with that." And then something I did was so unique that it proved that they were stealing it. So I said, "Well, I still want to be relevant," and so I just kept doing song parodies. So I have about, I don't know, maybe a dozen song parodies out there. Maybe more. I don't know because I don't keep track of them. Some of them are like that. A message from my proctologist, surrender. Um,
What made you come up with that? Like, I'm just curious.
well, okay. To be honest, what happened was I was there's a show in the DC area. It's called the DC Weirdo Show. It's like a burlesque show,
Okay.
with like nudity. Okay, like it's like the traditional burlesque show with dancers and nudity and fire eating and stuff like that. And so they had a theme, and I was asked to do one of the shows. And the theme, she said, matter of fact, goes Doctor Torture, Michelle Carnes says to me, "Can you do something about with butt stuff?" And I went, "Butt stuff?" She said, "Yeah, butt stuff," because that was the theme of that show was butt stuff. And
Okay.
now to give you an idea what kind of butt stuff was going on, one lady, as part of her act, was she put a paintbrush in her behind and she painted pictures with the paintbrush stuck on her butt. With her behind, she painted pictures with her butt. And that was just one of the things. So
Okay.
she asked me if I could do some butt stuff, and I did two songs. That was one of them. I wrote that for that show, and the other one I think was 500 miles. Only it was called, let me see. Let me see here. I will rub 500. I will rub 500 times. It was based on a Proclaimer song, and the refrain is like, and I will walk 500 miles, and I will walk 500 more. But this song is about masturbating. It says, I will rub 500 times, I will rub 500 more. Um, and so I did those two songs for
Okay.
that.
Well, thank you so much for that intro to you and who you are. It was very, very, very interesting to say, not even the least. That was like the most I could say about it right now. However, we have come here to ask you 21 random questions. So while we are getting to know you, we are going to definitely let you and the audience who are tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond know just a little bit more about you and the things that you like and the rules of the game. So the rules of the game are we are going to ask 21 random questions that are going to come in 3 rounds. The first round is, of course, the getting to know you round, which is easy peasy questions, should be a breeze. Round number 2, we get a little bit more saucy with things, and you might get kicked out of the house depending on who's around you when you answer the questions. Round number 3, GD, is the hot tamale round, and this is where we ask you anything from your love life all the way up to politics. So we want the truth. But you do have 3 times to not answer a question, meaning I can't make up my mind, I won't choose, I don't know. Any of those count as strikes against you. And do you know what happens when you get 3 strikes?
You get to buy a vowel.
Close. You're out. Because
No,
you're
no,
not
you get it.
gonna.
I've seen that. I've watched baseball, okay? And whenever somebody has 3 strikes, there's 3 Ks up there, okay? It's each strike you get a K. And I know you're not going to have a black guy standing with 3 Ks behind his head. You're going to have to let me buy a vowel, or you're going to look really, really bad. Okay,
Well,
I don't know about
actually,
the
the
other.
strikes are X's, but I get it. But still, you're not going to tell us the truth. So we'll just conclude the interview and we'll carry on without you. But it'll be fine. We kind of make up questions for our audience just in case this happens. However, GD, we are definitely gentle women around here. I'm a great hostess, I think, anyway. So we will give you an opportunity at the beginning of each round to go ahead and say, I quit, that's it. And we will wrap it up and we will move away as friends. Are you with me so far?
Sure, yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I love it. So let's get down to the round. Okay, so in
Was that
round
was that one of the questions? Was that one of the questions when you asked me if I'm down
no,
with
but
it?
if you definitely let me get through this, it's going to be
okay.
21 questions.
Got you. Okay. I'm just counting because I don't want to be cheated. I don't want you to. I'm going because look. I have a notebook, okay, and I'm writing down the questions. And if you come up short, we're going to have a little chat, young lady. Okay,
Oh
because
my
I
God.
can't count.
He's got his eyes on me, y'all. He got his eyes on me. All right, well, let's get down to the questions.
Okay,
If you could
I just
be
heard
any
things.
game, if you could be on any game show, which one would it be and why?
Oh, wow. It doesn't have to be a game that's on TV like right now, right? Because it would be Hollywood Squares.
Oh,
I mean,
right on.
What comedian would not want to be on Hollywood Squares with people like Paul Lynn, Wally Cox, and even like, and if the show was still on today, you know they'd have to have like maybe Will Smith in the center square and have like Chris Rock on one side. You know they'd have to do that just to, just for the sheer drama of it. It's Hollywood Squares, no doubt about it. Hollywood Square.
That
Hollywood
is a
Squares.
great guess. Hollywood Squares. I would be in the square with you, no doubt. Next question. Team A or Team B? You have the amazing Tupac Shakur, Biggie
I don't even need to think about it. Team B.
Team B? Why Team B?
Team B. Okay. First of all, Snoop Dogg, who at one point changed his name to Snoop Lion. I don't know why. I think it was like witness protection, so that no one would know who he was. But okay, first of all, the hair, just the hair alone, Snoop Dogg's hair itself was worth having him on your team. Because if he can get his afro to look like that, okay, then he could help you also, okay? And also, he's going to have the best weed, okay? He is to Snoop Dogg is to us what Willie Nelson is to white people. Okay, he is our weed icon. Okay, that's
Okay.
he is that's it. So he is our Willie Nelson. So
Okay.
yeah,
So
Team B. I
Team
didn't even look at
B,
Team A. Team B. I didn't even look
I
at Team A.
understand.
Fuck
Next
them. Fuck Team
question.
A.
The
Okay.
struggles of a single mom. What can you buy with this much? I don't know.
Okay. Now I couldn't see all of the coins, but if you're a single mom, you should be in the men's room using that condom machine. Uh, Now I don't know what kind of condoms you're going to get for that money, or if because also what you could do, okay, or as a matter of fact, no, don't even spend the money. This is what you do, okay? You go into a bar with that change, okay? You take that change in the bar, you wear your tightest outfit with your thong or whatever it is, and you get a man's attention and you drop the coin and you bend over to pick up the coin, okay? That's what you get with that money. I'm on the bet that once they get a look of that under the thong, you will leave with more money than you have in your hand right there. So yeah, you don't buy anything. You walk into a bar, you drop it, and you bend over to pick up the coins. That's what you do with that money.
Oh, drop it like it's hot. Okay. How
And you
about
drop that.
this
You
one?
damn right. You drop it like it's hot, and you pick it up like you don't want it back.
Would you rather a fully stocked library with every book on how to make $1 billion, or would you prefer the 50,000 cash? And why?
Mm. Well, to be honest, I'd rather have the cash. And the reason, well, yeah, I'd rather have the cash because chances are, when people write a book about how to make $1 billion, they already have $1 billion, and it didn't start with that book. Okay, they're just taking your money. Okay, they probably started with $50,000 that they got from their rich parents as a loan because they had an idea. Okay, so having the books don't mean shit except for they can level your tables, your broke ass table, because you can't afford to buy one that's level already. No,
Oh,
so yeah,
geez.
you take the 50,000 in cash. Okay, and I'm not even. That's it. Any other answer is
Okay.
wrong.
Any other answer is wrong. All right.
No, that's it.
Question.
You take the cash.
If
Take the money and run. Take the money and run.
if
And if
your
it's in
worst
coins,
enemy
mm,
extended a good faith olive branch to you, would you accept it?
no.
And
You said
why
my
not?
worst enemy, right? Okay. Oh,
Correct.
now you want to know why? Okay, here's the deal. I would forgive them. Okay, I don't have a problem with forgiving things, but I will not forget that they wronged me because I'm not going to give them the opportunity to do that thing again. So yes, if that olive branch means forgive me, I forgave you when you fucked me over 10 minutes. As soon as you fucked me over, I forgave you. But I also planned on never letting you fuck me over again. So no, I will take the olive branch, and if they ever fuck me over again, I will use that olive branch and I'll stick it up their ass to remind them why they shouldn't have fucked me over.
Oh
And
my
olive branches,
God.
if you've ever had, I'm sorry, that's what you do with the olive branch. It's like with the coins. I'm
You
telling you,
you beat them over the head with it. Okay, I get it.
if they
How
try, yes, if they fuck you over again, yes, that's what the olive branch
about
is for. They can give it to me, but I'm gonna give it back to them if they fuck me over.
Oh, geez. I done started something over here. All right. Would you
No,
wear this outfit? Wait, and why not?
where?
Come on.
Okay, all right. Let's put it this way. First of all, with this body, no. Well, he doesn't have that button. He doesn't have that jacket button anyway. But if I had that outfit, you see how the shirt is buttoned down to his navel, his navel. It'd be unbuttoned down to my crotch because my stomach is not fitting under that shirt. And not only that, the colors with my fat ass, those colors would run. So you're looking at pastel colors. It would look tie-dye by the time I put that over my fat ass, okay? All the colors would stretch and run. So it's not going to look like that. That's why I wouldn't wear it. It's not going to look like that. It's going to look like somebody just spilled condiments on me. So
Oh my
no.
gosh. Oh my
I wear
Lord.
solid colors.
Okay, well, here are some solid colors. Do you think these outfits are radical or ridiculous? What do you think?
Okay, well, hers is radical. His is fucking ridiculous. Okay, but or do you're talking about the outfit because there's a couple. I think the couple is ridiculous. But the outfits, I think the outfits, okay, hers is radical, his is ridiculous. I'm
You're sticking with that. Okay.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
I understand. How about this look? Grade this look. Is it an A? Puffy knocked it out the park with the all white. Is it a B? It's cool. Or is it a C? What the hell is he doing? Because his pants are a little tight and it looked like he got on a saggy pamper. D, get out of here with the saggy pamper. Or F, for a fail. Grade this look.
Wow. I'm gonna give it a C because when you got that kind of money, he could wear whatever the fuck he wants. You know, you got that kind of money. Because here's the deal: if he were poor and he had on a crazy outfit, people would say he's fucking crazy. He's no taste. But when you're rich, you're eccentric. Okay, so when you're rich, you can wear whatever you want. You're eccentric. He could actually go frontless. He could actually take the zipper out and have nothing in the front, and nobody would say anything to him. And they would just like, there goes P. Diddy, got his P. Diddy hanging out again. You know, there goes Puff Daddy, his daddy's puffing out. No, so yeah, it's just a C because he's rich. He's rich. He can wear anything. When you're rich, you can wear anything, and it doesn't really matter. Not to them, because like I said, they're just eccentric.
They're rich. Okay,
yeah,
I love it. Well, then you had a great explanation of that, so I'll give you one more. Grade this look. Is it A, he knocked it out the park with that print and the boots, or is it a B, it's cool because, I don't know, maybe he needs like a different color undershirt, or C, is passing because he's covered, or D, get the hell out of here because he looks like my grandma's drapes, or F, fail. Grade this look.
Okay, I'm gonna say D, but not because it looks like her drapes. He looks like a minister. You know, a southern minister's like, I'm gonna tell you something. Hey, can I get a minute more? Everybody come here. Now, I want everybody to give me some of your money, okay? I want y'all to go see how I'm gonna tell you how God's plan works. See how God's plan works. How God's plan works. It works like this. See, God coordinates. See how my jacket and my pants and my boots, that's prosperity. God wants you to look like that. That's why Jesus wore the same outfit on when he went from Gethsemane to the mountain of the Skull Rock. That's the outfit Jesus wore. Black Jesus wore that. White Jesus didn't wear that outfit. Black Jesus wore that outfit, and I wear this because of him. Don't you talk about my outfit.
Shout out to Lisa Wood with the Black Baby Jesus. That was the first time I ever heard of that, but very nicely done. And you have aced the first round of questions. The get to know you section was not hard at all, correct?
No. I'm a little hard, but I do that when I talk like a minister. I'm sorry. I'll just cover it up with this book.
Oh boy. Well, since he has passed round number one, we will get back to him and let him put the book down to get that covered so we don't get taken off the air. But in the meantime, you guys can hit up the Pool Party Sundays from HM Ace High Management. I hope I got that right. Or AHM, maybe. Y'all can read the flyer for yourself. It's $20 entry. It is between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. Come mix and mingle with the Fireproof team. Shout out to Mo McCoy. You are a real solid dude in the industry, and don't let nobody tell you any different. Next up, if you guys have events, products or businesses or things that you guys would like to have on our show, go ahead and hit me up on the inbox. These are our weekly Sauced in the City stats. We have the top show of last week was Sipping Tea with Lisa D. We'll see what happens this week. We had 200 likes, 4,062 views, 23 episode runs on Roku. I call them Roku runs. 20 new funny folks on the screen, and we are increasing steam. So get at us if you would like to be on the show, or if you would like to have your business or product or event on the show. All right, GD Fenderson. I hope you've got your situation under control over there. And now I will ask you the question, do you want to go on to round number 2?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Let's do this.
Oh, yes, yes. I love it when people just say that, like we have, like we some chumpies, like we chumpies over here. But then again, I love round 2 because, yeah, that photo on the screen is not even how saucy it's going to get. All right, GD, keeping it rolling. If you had 3 last words to say to your ex, what would they be?
Oh, you got out?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. How about this one? Let's chat. If you know someone needs help, are you the kind of person who waits till they ask you, or do you offer?
It depends on the kind of help they need. If they need emotional help, I will try to help them avert disaster, so they don't hurt themselves or someone else. If they need financial support, um, that depends, because I do not lend people money. If I cannot give you the money unattached, then I'm not going to lend it to you either, because I don't want money to ever become between me and a friend. So I don't want to, like, if you were to say to me, GD, can you lend me $500? I would go like, fuck no. I will give you 100, and I will never ask for it back. And you would say, but I really need 500. I'd be like, well, fuck no, because I cannot afford to give you 500. I will give you 100. I will never ask for it back. No, if I can
Oh
afford the
my
100.
God. That is a great question. So let's pose that to the audience. If you needed $500 and you had the choice of borrowing the entire $500, but you had to pay it back, or you could take $250 and never worry about taking it or having it asked for back, which one would you do? Would you take the $250 and you never have to give it back, or would you take the $500, which would solve your problem, but you have to pay it back? GD, which one would you take?
Oh, well, if I need 500, I'm probably going to take the 250 and then ask somebody else for another. Because I want that problem solved. And I want to apologize to your audience right now. I had COVID on the 15th of May, and I'm getting over it. It's like not contagious. You're not going to catch it. Watch. I guarantee you that you will not have COVID after that, because I'm not spreading anymore. Okay. All right. Now, if I did that last week, y'all all be sick. Okay. But I'm just saying, you're fine. You're fine. I'm not contagious.
Thank God for virtual comedy. Thank God for virtual stages. All right. How about this question? What was your most memorable show? Tell us about it.
Wow. Okay. It was probably the first time I headlined. It was I've been doing comedy about 18 months, if that. Maybe almost 18 months, maybe a year. And I was hired to do a feature spot. I was supposed to do 15 minutes, and the audience was there, sold out show. And when I say sold out, it only held like 60 people. Okay. But still sold out show. People paid, so they needed a show. The headliner did not show up. And
oh, wow.
The host says, can any of you, and there was like myself and 2 or 3 other comedians, like a host, and yeah, so you know how like a regular show goes, like there's like opener, and I was the feature, and he says, can anybody here do 30, 35 minutes? And I said, I can. Now at that time, the most I'd ever done was 15 minutes, but remember I told you, but I've been trying to work. My goal was to do a 90-minute set by the end of 2 years. So we're into my first year and a half, maybe. So I had like well over 45 minutes worth of material ready to go. I just never had a chance to perform it. And the only difference is, did I have the legs to do it? can I stand on stage and perform for 30 minutes and not get tired and not get winded and not get bored, whatever, all the things that happen to rookie comics. That was the only thing that was not unknown to me. I knew I had the material. And so I went to my wife, and so he asked who could do it, and I said, I can do it. He says, okay, you're my headliner. So I go to my wife, and I said, baby, I'm headlining tonight. She goes, oh, shit. And I said, no. And the reason why she did that is because she was used to open mic. And I would drive like 2 hours to do an open mic. And I always call ahead and I would check out with the host. I said, look, I'm driving 2 hours. I live I said, you know where East Bumfuck is? Make 2 lights past East Bumfuck. We're the last black family. We're the last black family on the right. After you pass East Bumfuck, that's us. That's how far I'm driving. So I want, how many minutes am I going to get? They were like 7 minutes. Say, great. And I'll get down there and they'll be like, bad news. Some of my friends showed up, so I can't give you 7 minutes. I'll give you 3 minutes at the end after everybody's gone. Yeah. So my wife was used to that happening to me because I'm the nice guy. I'm not going to raise a stink. I'm not going to raise a stink. You cut my minutes. I'm going like, okay, fine. I'll do what I can. And so my wife goes, shit. I said, no, baby, you don't understand. I said, I'm the headliner. I said, I'm doing 30 minutes tonight. And then she goes, whoa. 30 minutes? Do you have 30 minutes? I said, who the fuck you think you're talking to? I said, yeah, I got 30 minutes. Okay, I got 30 minutes. I said, but baby, I just want you to understand now, I'm going to go over there by myself because I planned for a 15-minute set and now I have to organize the 30 minutes. So I'm not ignoring you, but I have to do this. And so I recorded that thing, and it was like everything went perfect. The people that went before me, the 2 or 3 comics went before me, they had jokes that set up some of my jokes so I could do callbacks. And the only thing that went a little bit wrong, and even then that went great, was that I video recorded all my sets. And back then, since I never did more than 15 minutes, I didn't know that my phone could not record more than 29 minutes.
Oh.
And so I set up my phone to record, and it got like into 29 minutes and 19 seconds, and it shuts off. And my wife saw it, and she only missed like 10 to 15 seconds, and she hit the record button again and picked it back up. But that was it. It wasn't the best recording because it was on my phone, but I have my first headlining gig, and I actually, at that place, I headlined 4 more times over the next 6 weeks.
Right. Congratulations.
Yeah, and each set was 30 to 40 minutes, and each set was different. I wrote a different set for each of those shows because the place had a regular clientele, and I did not want them to hear the same jokes over and over again. So the first 3 sets were part of the 90-minute show I knew I was doing. So that was like already written. But the last 2 sets, the last 2 30, 40-minute sets, I had to write. But I did it. And I was good. I did really well.
Well, congratulations. Yeah, I heard that you were a prolific writer. So I want to put your skill set to the test. What do you call this, GD?
Oh, I'm going to tell you now. Okay. There's two things. The first thing, I think of Nina Simone and Strange Fruit. And then I also think that's one crazy pussy. That's the second one.
That's one crazy pussy. I swear I'm going to put all these pussy jokes in like one kind of, like one thing so that I can just go back to back on these jokes. You guys are amazing coming up with this stuff. All right.
Well, that one writes itself. Yeah. Okay.
Pick one. Which do you check the most when out? Your appearance or your phone?
Actually, if I'm performing, it's my appearance. I'm sorry. If I'm performing, it's my appearance. If I'm not performing, it's my phone to find out why I'm not appearing or performing anywhere. So So it's
I
yeah.
love it.
If I'm performing, because like I will make sure there's no food in my teeth. I make sure my hair is the way I want it to look. Make sure my face is the way I want it to look. I wear the same. I have 4 outfits that I wear to perform comedy. 4 outfits. All of
Okay.
the pants are black. All the pants are black. The shirts, I have a long sleeve shirt that I wear, and it's usually black, but I also have a dark blue one and I have a red one, depending on the background that I'm going to be standing against. But usually it's a black background. And I wear the long shirts because I'm black. You know how many times you have ashy elbows and don't know it until you look at the pictures later? I I am so pissed off. I had someone take these pictures of me at a club, and I'm doing a good job. And I look, and the only thing I see is my wife looks and goes, "You look good." And I said, "My elbows are ashy." She goes, "What?" I said, "No,
Oh,
my elbows." I said, "Look at my elbows, my elbow." And so I started wearing. After that, it's like, no, I will not perform without one of these shirts on. That's it. I'm wearing.
I,
So it's my appearance.
so it's your appearance. So you're always checking the appearance. Like I wish I could, but I just don't care that much. So I'm always looking at my social media. That's what has most of my attention all the time. And I'm going to ask you this question because it was really funny in the green room when you were talking to me about, your background, your marriage, you have a wife and all that. So a great get to know you question is who comes first in a man's life? Wife, mom, daughter, or let me remove this banner so I can see what the first choice is,
Baby
or
mama.
baby mama. All right, so who comes
Okay, I'm gonna
first?
say
In order.
for me. Well, I don't have any kids at all. I don't have any kids at all. So I'm going to say wife first, um, because for one, hi honey, she's in the next room. Uh, no, that's not actually. My wife knows better than that. Now, I wife first always. I would. I took care of my mom as best I could and as best as she let me up until she died. I didn't kill her. I wanted to, but I didn't. Okay, I should get some kind of points in heaven for that. Right? Don't right? Right? And I have no baby mamas because my mama raised me to wear condoms every time I have sex if I didn't want to have a kid. So I'm responsible for my sperm. They're my sperm, not yours. I decide where they go. I decide who they get into. I decide what they become. Nobody else. You can tell me you're on a pill. You can tell me you have an IUD. You can tell me you don't have ovaries. Guess what? If I don't want you pregnant, I'm watching my sperm. And not only that, I'm gonna send the slowest swimmers anyway, just in case they get out. The slowest. You're not getting my best. You're not getting my best stuff. You're getting my worst slow. You get my sperm will be like this. Hey, I'm drowning. They look like little turtles trying to come off the sand. No. So no baby mom, no mama. I have no baby mama drama, no accidental kids, so it's the wife. Did that
So
answer
it's
your
a wife.
question? The
That
wife, yeah.
does. Absolutely. All right,
Okay.
one's got to go. Either the curry goat, the jerk chicken, the Jamaican escovitch fish. I still don't know how to say that, or the oxtail. And then you have to eat the other three for the next year. So get rid of one.
Wow. Okay. Um, what was that first one again? Can you show me the picture again, or is
I
that
sure
okay?
can. It's curried goat,
Okay, curry goat.
jerk chicken, or Jamaican escovitch fish, or oxtails.
Okay, I'm going to get rid of the oxtail and pray to God the two of the other three don't kill me. Uh, or because the best I can tell, two of them are going to get. Okay, I don't eat beef. I don't eat beef, so two of them are going. The first one that's going to the goat. I mean, it's not beef, but I've never had goat. Well, I did date a goat once, greatest of all time, right? That's so. I did date a goat once. She was, Yeah, but that was a little different than actually eating the goat. I didn't actually eat. Okay, and I can eat chicken. I can eat chicken all the time, all day
Oh
long. That's
my God.
no big deal. Now, I'm
Well,
not a seafood person, but the curry chicken. What's going to? This is my theory. Okay, the jerk chicken is probably going to burn a hole in my butt. So the other two are going to have to be creamy enough to add some kind of to like creamy enough to take away the burn. That's what I'm hoping for. Um,
oh my God. Well, that is really good to know. Oh my God, this interview is going to the left, but he has finished round two. And so while he's figuring out what he's going to do with the other three of those dishes, this is how to support your friends' small businesses and their podcasts and their content without spending any money. It is super easy. There is 6 of you that are tuning in, 7 of you now that are tuning in. So if each one of you share this post, that would be awesome. If each one of you likes this post, I think you guys already did. So thank you. Tag a friend. If you look in the comments, you see I tagged all my friends because I love my stuff. And if you love what we do, tag a friend. You never know, your friend might end up on this interview. You can comment something nice. We always like nice sentiments and we share them on the show. We do have that capability over here. So just like this, we have what is it? Henny B. She said he didn't eat the goat. He was dating. So something nice like that. Comment an emoji. It's very easy to do. And here you go. He is very funny, says Angie Woods. And you see the little emojis right there? See how that goes? All right. You can post a pic. I do that a lot. Or you can shout me out. I'm always down for that. Or you can shout out our guest, G.D. Fenderson. If you are his friend, go ahead and shout him out. I'm sure he will appreciate that. Leave a review. I don't know how good this does, but we always leave the reviews on the video. But you guys can go over to the Sauce in the City page and you guys can just go ahead and leave whatever review that you would like. All right, so now that we have gone through the things that you can do for free, G.D. Fenderson, how did round number 2 feel for you?
no, no. And thank you. May I have another?
Nice. I always like a glutton for punishment. But as a gentlewoman, I will indeed ask you the question if you would like to go on to the next round, or would you like to wrap it up and call it quits?
I'm going to go into. I'd like to go into the next round, please. Thank you.
Oh, I love a person that dares me. I really, really do, because you know what that tells me? It tells me that you're not afraid of me. And I love it when people are not afraid of me. It always works out to my benefit, because then I get to ask them some really awesome questions. But before we go on to round 3, I want to take a walk down memory lane. I'm a bit of a stalker in my part-time life, and I've noticed some awesome pictures going on in your profile. So as I put the pictures on the screen, tell us a little bit about them. And here's one that caught my attention.
That was my little buddy. His name is Muhammad. His name was Muhammad Ali Cat. He only got to live to be 5 years old. He had congestive heart failure. We did not know that. But he was the smartest fucking cat I have ever dealt with. I mean, I kid you not. He was the one that used to be the protector for Elsie. I showed you Elsie earlier, the cat. You guys who weren't in the green room didn't get to see my pussy earlier. I picked it up and showed it to and if y'all want to see it, y'all have to catch it later. But that was Ali. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about him. As a matter of fact, he had a stage name. His stage name was Food Stamp. And if you want to hear the story about how Food Stamp got his name, I'm not going to give it away. It's a 10-minute bit. It's on my first DVD, and it's probably like 10, 12 minutes into it. The DVD, you can watch it for free. It's called My Parents Meant Well. And so I talk about him and his little brother, well, actually his big brother in that thing, but he was the smartest cat I'd ever seen. I watched him catch a squirrel out of midair.
Oh,
And
wow.
what he did was he had chased the squirrel, and the squirrel ran up a tree. And the squirrel got like 8 feet up in this tree and then jumped over to another tree. And Ali was like, he sat down and watched that squirrel and just watched him and watched him. And then the next day, he was literally in the backyard practicing jumping from tree to tree. He was practicing. And the first time he got caught, because he was a very long cat, you can't tell that from the picture. He was very long. And he had one claw on one tree and the other claw on the other. And I just went out back and I put my hands underneath of him and I said, "Look, buddy, I'm not gonna get you down. You gotta get yourself down, but I'm not gonna let you hurt yourself." So he figured out how to get down. About a week after that, I was on my front porch watching him and across the field, and he's chasing a squirrel. Now, my wife hates it when Ali hunts. He was a very good hunter, and I knew in my heart there's no way he was going to catch that squirrel. So I didn't lift a finger. I didn't get off my ass. I didn't get my camera out. I did nothing. I just watched, knowing that the squirrel was going to get away, because the squirrel was only like 40 feet from the tree. I said the squirrel is going to be fine. The squirrel hits the tree, starts climbing up, and Ali goes up the tree after the squirrel. And after 5 feet, Ali jumps. He jumped first. And then the squirrel made his jump into Ali's claws. And then the two of them were on the ground fighting. And I'm like, holy shit. I was like, oh my God, did you? And I'm watching it. And then all of a sudden I hear my wife's voice, "You stop. Don't let him hurt that squirrel." And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. And so I'm running across the field like 100 feet or so to my cat. And I'm going like, that was awesome. Don't hurt the squirrel. Good. That was a good jump. Don't watch it. Oh, be good. Let him go. Catch and release. And I'm going, I'm like, watch out for his left. Watch out for his left. They bite like a son of a bitch. I'm coming. I'll get him, honey. I was so proud of him, but my wife did not want him to hurt the squirrel. And so he like I said, he was a very, very good hunter. He was so fucking smart.
Well, tell us about this pretty face and you. Who's that?
Oh, yeah, that's my wife, Carol. She's the one who actually got me started doing comedy 7 years ago.
Shout out to Carol.
Yeah, she was the one that she was. She didn't just encourage me. She put her money where her mouth was. Right? Her money.
Yeah,
my money where her mouth is.
Your money, okay? Somebody's money.
We did right. We did something. We did something with our mouths that involved money. That's all I can remember. But
oh God,
it was 7 years ago. I can't remember everything we did with our mouths. So we're married and we consent. Okay, so it's all right.
How about this photo? Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay, I'm there. The story behind that picture is there was another comedian, a young guy. I'm not going to mention his name because he's never done a damn thing to promote me, even though I've done a lot to promote him. Fuck him. But it was his birthday, and I knew he liked Dungeons and Dragons, and so I had that book in my. It was unopened. It was a brand new book, still in plastic. And I took it to him, to an open mic for him to have. And he didn't show up. And so I took the picture and said, "See this? This was your birthday gift. You're not getting it now. I'm giving it to someone else." And I did. I donated it to a library in York because he didn't show up.
Oh my dear goodness. I see how you do things. How about this photo? Tell us a little bit about this.
Okay, I have about 5,000 comedians in my computer that I've taken pictures of. Whenever I do a show or an open mic, I take pictures of all the comedians I've been performed with. And that guy there, I'm pretty sure that was, oh my God, that was the first time I actually headlined, and my name was in lights in the marquee. I had never
Oh,
had my name in the marquee, because whenever I headlined, I always was doing a show. So if
right.
my show was called My Parents Meant Well, that's what I put in the marquee. Or that was what was in or The Disillusionist was in the marquee. But this time I didn't have a show. I just was headlining. And so my name was in the marquee. And I was like, oh my God. And that was the first time it actually struck. Yes, yes, that's the show. I was I was in awe, because that's responsibility. You're the anchor. You're the one people are coming to see. And if everybody, even if the other acts before you stink, you have to make it so that it was worth their while to come out, and they forget how the other people stank, but they didn't. The other comedians were really funny. They were like, they were funny. And I would work with any of them again in a heartbeat. Even though I can't remember all of their names, I had all their autographs, because that that show, I kept the program, and all the comedians that were on the show with me, I had them sign that program, and it's in my drawer.
Aw.
So
Well,
yeah.
thank you for taking us on a trip down memory lane. I love looking at you guys' profiles and finding these pictures, because it just lets me know way more about you than maybe I should know, but I'm always glad to know. So now we are going to get on to round number 3, the hot
But
tamale round.
before we do that, I want to ask you a question real quick, okay? And actually, this question is for all of you ladies out there, because this happened to my sister years ago, back when I was about 8 or 9 years old. Okay, my sister was about 6 years older than me. She was in the bathroom, and I heard her scream. And what's wrong? She says, "Go across the street and get Raymond or Lewis." And I'm like, "Why?" She goes, "Just go across the street and get Raymond or Lewis." And so I go run across the street and I get Raymond or Lewis, and they come back. And it turns out my sister had a tick, and it attached itself right near the water maker, the lemonade shaker, her vagina. What do you want to call it? Her coochie. There was a tick right there. Okay, um, she was getting head from a tick, and
Oh,
she
no.
didn't, and she did not want me or my brother pulling the tick off of her, because we'd have to see her lady
Coochie pie.
parts.
Yes.
Right. So she had us go across the street to get a neighbor, one of the guys, get the tick. So now I don't know if it's because they'd already seen her vagina and there was no big deal, and we hadn't, so that's why it was okay for them to. I don't know why they had to be them, but I'm just saying, you have a tick near your vagina. Would you let your brother pull it off, or would you make him get one of his friends to pull it off for you?
I definitely would have my neighbor to do it, because my neighbor definitely may in some way or day see my twat, when my brother would never see it ever, ever, ever in a million gazillion trillion years. And I have to live with my brother from day to day to day to day, and the neighbors we have a chance of moving away from. So yeah, I'm going to tell you to go get the neighbor as well. But great question, and I cannot wait to see the comments on this. Let's see. Oh, she says, Henny B says the Amazon man could pull it off. I mean, she gets a lot of Amazon orders, and so she gives really good advice. So the Amazon man could pull it off. She's
Is
saying,
that part of their training?
but I
Is that
think
part
she
of their
agrees with
training?
me. It might be.
Okay.
I mean, what can Brown do for you?
Nah.
Hey, I don't know. I don't know. Angela Wood said what Brenda said, which is I would definitely have the neighbor pull it off, because I have a brother right now, and he's 11 years younger than me. So when you were telling the story, I was thinking in my head, there is no flipping way I would ask my brother to pull anything off of any part of me for any reason. It just would not be happening. So before we get started on round number 3, if you guys want to see more of the amazing GD Fenderson live, Carroll Community College in the Scott Theater, Psychomedy 101, The Jokes Less Traveled, an adult comedy show, as you can see on this episode right here. Lots of adult content, and this is going to be recorded live for a DVD June 2nd and 3rd. Doors open at 7 p.m. Show starts at 7:30 p.m. And tell them one more time where you reside, GD Fenderson.
Okay, I live in Westminster, Maryland. And two things. The times, that's not CPT, okay? I roll proper, okay? So at 7 o'clock when the doors open, the doors are going to be open at 7. At 7:30, I'm going to be on that stage. Now, if there are people still being seated, I will just take questions from the audience while I wait for them to get their lazy asses into their seats. But I will be on that stage at 7:30. So, and as soon as the last person sits their ass down, I'm starting my show. So at 7:30, I will be on that stage. And if you want to be up front and ask me questions, that's cool. We can talk about anything you want. And I will do my best to make it funny. And if I can't make it funny, I'm not giving you your money back. You didn't pay for that. That's free. What other comedian is going to do that for you? I don't know. Okay, so kiss my ass. But that's beside the point. I charge for that. I charge for that. If you do want to kiss me, I charge. Oh yeah, that's VIP seating. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Round number 3, Atlanta Black Star, 12 hours ago, says that Will Smith says, my whole life is getting destroyed. And Will Smith seemingly predicted this on an episode of the late night show with David Letterman or whoever it is, but they say he predicted this like a whole 2 weeks earlier. First of all, my only question is, GD, do you really think his whole life is getting destroyed, or do you think he really needs to sit quietly and wait for it to blow over and get back to work?
It'll blow over, okay? His life, okay, if I did it, my life would be destroyed, okay? But first of all, he shouldn't have fucking did it in the first place. He should have manned up. Okay, I'm sorry. Here's the deal, okay? Everybody saw him on TV. He laughed, okay? He laughed. Everybody laughed. Okay, the problem was he laughed before he got permission to laugh. He looked over and realized he didn't have permission to laugh. And so all of a sudden, Will Smith is in trouble. The problem is Will Smith is not a fighter. He's played fighters. He played Muhammad Ali. He played Hancock. He played Jim West in Wild Wild West. And so he's played tough guys, but he himself is not a tough guy. So he had to go through his Rolodex of characters to decide, okay, what would Jim West do? Oh, Jim West will smack that motherfucker. And so Jim West walks up there, dum 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 bam bam bam, and go slap. Okay, then he sits down and he realizes what he does, and he's looking for another character. He's like, fuck, I fucked up. And then he becomes like, he looks up and he just starts yelling, my wife name up to okay, like he's the black Swedish chef, you know. So that he fucked up, okay, and he knows he fucked up, but he'll get over it, okay. Louis C.K. just got album of the year, or just got a Grammy, okay, and that was much worse. Louis C.K. was dick slapping people in the green room, okay. It wasn't caught on film, but he got back into the business, and women are everywhere going like, look, why are you letting him back on your stage? I don't want to work with him. And they're like, he makes money, and that's all it takes. The only reason why you people out there have never heard of me is because I'm not making money. If I was making money, y'all would have heard me 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, 7 years ago, but I'm not making money.
If you'd have just been on my show like a year ago, you would they would have heard of you. Next question.
Well, that's true.
LeBron James
That's on me.
ripped by journalists over Bronny James' prom photo. So they're giving his son a really hard time because he has him a sexy, slim Caucasian next to him. So my only question on this whole story is, should they get over it? Like, mixed couples are the thing now. Should they get over it and leave this boy alone and let him do what he's doing? Or do you think there's a real problem with athletes, African American, reaching a level of success and opting to get them the white woman to go with the package?
Wow. Speaking of someone who's had a black wife and a white wife, I can tell you that it doesn't matter the color of your wife. If you keep them happy, you'll be happy. If you can't keep them happy, you're fucked. It doesn't matter what color they are. Okay, that's the thing. But this is prom, high school. Leave him the fuck alone. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, if we don't know, okay, so my first wife, my first legal wife, I went to high school with. I knew her in high school. We didn't go to prom together because she didn't like me. She thought I was unattractive, but that's beside the point. Yeah. She thought, I was like, hey, well, and the only reason why she went out with me is because her girlfriend wanted to go out with me, and she wanted to take me off the market. That was it. So what you do in high school, it shouldn't follow you for the rest of your life, okay? And besides that, it's nobody's business. They didn't pay for his tux. They didn't pay for his girlfriend. They didn't pay for the limousine. That's all James' money, okay? That photographer, just leave him the fuck alone. He's a minor kid, okay? And the other thing is reparations, okay? Every successful black man should have at least one white woman reparations, okay? I'm not saying you get to keep them. That's not my point. Okay, it's like back then we were going to get 40 acres and a mule, and we did not get the 40 acres and a mule. So if we don't get the 40 acres and a mule, we should at least be able to ride that ass for a while. That's all I'm saying. And,
oh my God! Wait! Okay. We have to move on. Oh geez, before we get the show shut down. All right, so a woman yells to Johnny Depp in the courtroom and claims he is the father of her baby. Now, my only question to this story is, do you think that's going to hurt Johnny Depp in his defamation character? Or do you think it's going to bolster Amber Heard's case that he's a womanizing shit?
First of all, if the woman who said that was not related to him, it's not going to hurt him. If she says, you're the father of my baby, see you at the family reunion, then that's going to hurt. But if she says, you're the father of my baby, and I haven't seen you since, I may never see you again, it's not going to hurt him, okay? That comes with the fame, that comes with the fortune. And again, if you're rich, you get away with all kinds of crazy, stupid shit. Okay, it doesn't hurt or help. And besides that, the woman wasn't even under oath, okay? So the jury, if the jury would be instructed to not even to disregard that, okay? So that woman just yelled that out to be famous. That's it. Because the jury is going to be, the judge is going to say, excuse me, members of the jury, that hoe over there, I'm sorry, that young lady over there. No, I'm sorry. Oh, it is hoe. Sorry, Johnny Depp says it is a hoe. So that hoe over there, unless she is sworn in, has no bearing on this case whatsoever. Okay? So you only have to deal with my instructions. And I'm instructing you to ignore the hoe just like Johnny did. Okay, next. No.
Oh my God! All right, how about this one? The Washington Post says 11th Circuit blocks major provisions of Florida's social media law. So basically what they want to do is they want to put restrictions and sanctions on social media because they said, social media is a direct connect to a customer, so that the the FCC should have some kind of say over it. My only question here is, should they or should they not? And it's free speech and leave us alone.
Okay. It is. the first thing about the law is they should just make it illegal to be DeSantis. That should be the first thing. That DeSantis, he's a dick. Okay. The second thing is in Florida. In Florida, they trust their kids with guns, but they don't trust their kids to be able to understand the book. Yeah, I'm sorry. Here, my son's gonna have a gun, but if he reads, I know why the cage bird sings. His brain might explode. No, I'm sorry. Without having, I'm kind of anal like that. I'd actually read the whole law, but I'd say free speech. Fucking free speech.
You'd say leave them alone. Okay,
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah.
How about this one? Kiss 108 FM says Dave Chappelle's accused attacker reveals why he tackled the comedian. And now I read the rest of the story. Usually I do on these. And the rest of the story is the reason that he tackled the comedian is because he is a bisexual man, and he says that Dave Chappelle's jokes are triggering. Now, my only question to this is, if you are bisexual or you love who you want to love or do what you want to do, why does it matter what Dave Chappelle or any comedian says about it?
Because Dave Chappelle is the other man. That's the only reason why it would matter. If Dave Chappelle is not the other man, then it doesn't matter. Trigger. That's why he got triggers. Like, he probably didn't even know who Dave Chappelle's real name was. He bought the tickets because didn't even know who Dave Chappelle was. He's in the audience and he sees his boyfriend up on stage. He goes like, oh my God. I didn't even know his name was Dave Chappelle. He told me his name was Alan Thicke. Oh my good. Oh my God. Oh, I am so triggered. I could just spit. I could spit. Oh, I'm going to tackle him. I'm going to tackle him just like I do when we're at home. I'm going to tackle him.
Oh my God.
We're going to play fake gun, real knife. That's his favorite game.
Jeez,
Never put it in all the way up to the hill.
Next question up. The Rap 6 hours ago says Whoopi Goldberg shames the Archbishop for denying Nancy Pelosi communion. And now I read the rest of the story, and the reason that the Archbishop denied Nancy Pelosi her communion was because she supports Wade versus Roe, or Roe versus Wade. So my only question is, should the Archbishop back the hell up and mind the business that he should be attending to, like popes and priests, raping little boys? Or should he really be deciding who gets communion and who doesn't as the Archbishop? What do you think?
First of all, having been part of the Catholic Church, communion is between Whoopi and, would be in this case between Nancy Pelosi and, quote, her God. It has nothing to do with them. They ask you if you can take it with a clear conscience. Okay, it's about your conscience. And if Nancy Pelosi has a clear conscience, God bless her, so to speak. Now, the only reason why those priests need more babies is because they molested so many, they're running out of old stock and they need new stock. That's it. If they didn't touch so many young kids, they still have some left over that they could touch, okay? But they're out of old stock. They need new stock, okay? And the other issues that, and you notice that the bishop didn't get concerned, that he wasn't afraid that Nancy Pelosi might eat the babies, okay? Because we know the Democrats eat the babies, and that's the other thing. You would think that Republicans are gonna be like, well, Democrats eat babies, so we should at least spare them that. And not, if they want an abortion, let them have it. Otherwise, they're going to just eat the fuckers. So, no, they don't care. The Archbishop needs to back up. Anyone that wants to get into a woman's business needs to back the fuck up, because if they're not a woman, back the fuck up. And if you're a man talking about ladies' parts, unless you're me and you're funny doing it, then fuck no.
Back the fuck up. I love it.
Back the fuck up.
All right, so the OJs announced last stop on the Love Train final tour, and BET announces this 5 hours ago. So if their last stop was in your town, would you go and see them with your last, $150 for the ticket? It's their last one.
No, because I don't believe them. You know how many
Me
final
neither.
shows? Yeah, okay. The Temptations have had like 1,900 final shows, and there have been that many Temptations, which is why they need that many shows. They needed one final show for each Temptation. The OJs, true. I don't know if those are the three original members or not, because I don't remember. But no, when they're, I will go see them when, let's say they're. I'll tell you what. OJs, if you're listening, and I know you are because I know you're watching. I know you're watching Brenda Brown. I've read your fan page. I know you're watching Brenda Brown, and you're watching this right now. Okay, if you have me open for you, then I will watch your show after I'm done. But if you don't have me open for you, I don't give a shit what you do with your show or your tickets. Okay, if I want to hear you, I will play the record where you still sound good. I don't want to hear the falsettos because you can't say Love Train, you can't sing people all over the world. You go people all over the world, join hands, get on up, because you can't hit those notes anymore. Okay, you can't hit the notes anymore, so you got everybody going like, all of you brothers over in. Yeah, tell all the folks in Egypt and Israel too. Ooh. Yeah, no, they can't hit the high notes, and they're gonna have the audience doing half their work. And if they're gonna be singing half the songs, they should be getting half the price for the tickets. So no, maybe if I was getting the half price, I would join them, and then I would help them sing the songs. But no, I'm not spending $150 to watch a bunch of old men half sing songs. No. What was
Okay.
the question? No.
You already said no. CNN
Okay.
reports that Buffalo's black residents receive warm embrace after mass shooting, but worry about what happens when the hugs stop. Now, my only question is, do you think that black people will rise up in these towns where people are holding them hostage, or do you think they will continue to sit back and wait for the police to help? And do you think the hugs will stop?
The hugs are not going to stop. It's just going to be by the police, and they're going to call a stop and frisk. But they're going to get the hugs.
Oh no.
Okay, so they don't have to worry about the hugs stopping. The police are going to be hugging them, every last one of them, because it's going to be like it's their fault. Yeah, we realized there was some white guy, and you notice that he was an 18-year-old teenager when there was a white guy doing the shooting. There was an 18-year-old black guy. He's a grown-ass man ready to collect Social Security. No, no, no.
That is so
So that
true.
So no, the hugs. My brothers over in Buffalo and everywhere. It's not going to stop. But the hugs are not going to stop. Okay, what you do need though. Okay, what you do need is to help stop the myths because they're not trying. We have to do things to stop. How should I put it? It's not. It shouldn't be on us to diffuse the situation because we're not the ones doing that with all that hate. Okay, but we do need to, as a community, try to be less scary. Okay, guys. Look, okay, black women, you're scaring the white guys with all that ass. Okay, hold back on some of the ass. Okay, hold back. Don't let all of that ass out there. Stop wearing the lycra and the tight stuff because they're seeing it and they're afraid they're going to get caught looking at it, and they know their wives are just going to smack their girlfriends. Like, is that you going to stare at that ass in front of me? And he's going to say, no, I wasn't staring. I couldn't help myself. It was jiggling so much. And you black guys, okay, look, those are okay. First of all, we're not 100% black in this country. I'm 54% black. So I can wear the gray sweatpants without underwear because I'm 27% European. But some of you are a little bit more black than the rest of us, and you're wearing like the loose fitting sweatpants, and you're letting intimidate. They're like going, oh shit, is that a gun? No, it's wiggling too much to be a gun. But I say shoot him anyway.
Oh my God.
Shoot
All
him.
right. Next question. Atlanta Black Star reports, make him marry you, Jordan Woods and Carl Anthony Towns' 2-year anniversary has fans calling for a wedding. My only question here is, after only 2 years, do you think it's time for a wedding? Or should the fans mind their damn business and let this couple move on?
The fans need to mind their own fucking business. Because first of all, I don't even know how many of them are happily married that are saying it. Maybe they don't even like those two people. Maybe those fans are so miserable in their own marriages, they're going like, I'm miserable. I want Carly and them. I want them to be miserable too. Okay, now those of us who are happily married, say, mind your own fucking business, because those of us who are happily married know what it takes to be happily married. And if they don't have what it takes, let them take it at their own pace. Thank you, Anthony. Jordan. Jordan was in Carly. Okay, because I couldn't remember their names. Because
Here
to
you
be
go.
honest, I don't know who they are.
Me
But that's
either.
okay. Okay, so people, thank goodness. I really thought, I really thought this was like one of those things that black people are supposed to know, and I didn't know, and I was starting to feel like that's why I never wanted to be on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, that game show where you get all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way up into the top, and then it's for $1 million. And they did ask me something that every black person should know, and they would go like, and they'll say for $1 million, who shot Martin Luther King? And I'll be so nervous I'll yell out, James Earl Jones. And they'll be like, eh.
Revoke
Like,
the black card. Revoke the black card. All right,
yes.
next up. The Overtimer 6 hours ago said, why did the Insider decide to publish sexual harassment allegations against Elon Musk with no proof? Now, my only question is why does the Overtimer have questions about the Insider publishing sexual harassment allegations with against Elon Musk with no proof, when Oprah did it with no proof of the guys taking swipes at Michael Jackson in Surviving Neverland? I want to know where was the Insider on this, and what's the difference in people publishing things without one shred of proof or checking into it? GD?
Well, to be honest, we're living in a stage where, at least in this country, you need to get your name out there, so to speak. And as Trump proved, there is no such thing as bad publicity. He like grabbed a woman by the pussy, and he wound up being president. So for them to put this stuff out there, it's not even about Elon Musk. It could be. It's just that right now Elon Musk is easy, quote, to hate, because Elon Musk says he lives below the poverty level because he doesn't own a house, and he doesn't take vacations, and he doesn't own a yacht. It's like, yeah, he's like, Elon Musk is trying to say, I'm poor just like you. It's like, you're not poor. Like, your taste is poor, but you are not poor. Okay. So they're just trying to get back at Elon Musk. That's all. And also keep their publications in the thing. It'll drag out. There'll be like lawsuits and counter lawsuits, and people will finally know what the Overtimer and the Insider are, because I don't even know what those damn publications are. If it's not on the back of a bathroom wall,
oh jeez.
Yeah. If they want me to know about it, they just have to say, for a good time, call the Insider 1-800, or the Overtime. Yeah, that's otherwise, or call Elon Musk 1-800. I am Elon. Yeah, I am Elon.
Yeah. I am Elon. That works. Yeah. All right. Market Watch says, I'm really upset. I borrowed $10,000 from my brother with a $200 a month payment plan. We fell out, and now he wants the money back in full. My only question is, does he have a shoe in this fight now that he wants his money back in full?
Remember in the very beginning when I said you don't lend people money that you cannot afford to just give to them? Remember? Okay, that was this show, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, fuck him. Okay, he should not have lent him the money if he could not afford to give it to him, because that's what happens. You lend somebody the money, you need the money back, but they're family. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a little story. You probably would be surprised I actually have a story to go with this. You're probably surprised. You're like, what? You got a story? What? Did he say what? Okay, this is the truth. And my wife is in the room. She can verify this if she's awake. And if she's not awake, you're awake? Yes, I am. You're telling the truth. Okay, so she's awake. So my wife and I had bought a second house to fix up, and the plan was for my sister, who to eventually buy the house from us. She was going to help us fix it up, and then we would sell the house not at a profit to my sister, so my sister would have her first home. And somewhere along the line, my sister, like within months of us buying this house, my sister becomes terminally ill with cancer. And
Oh
they're
no.
like terminally ill. The doctor says you have 3 months to live. That's it. And my sister says, should I quit smoking? And doctor says, no, it doesn't matter what the fuck you do. You got 3 months to live. You can smoke whatever you want. You can do crack. Matter of fact, I'll give you some pots. You're a goner. Okay. My sister had 3 months to live. And what did she do? She stopped paying the rent to me. Stopped paying our rent. Okay. So if we don't want to lose the house, we have to now to pick up her slack. And because she's dying of cancer, everybody wants to say like, you can't throw your sister out the house. She's dying of cancer. First of all, if I throw her out, she's only going to be out for a few months because she's dying anyway. Okay, it's not like I'm throwing out It's not like I'm throwing out a healthy person who's going to worry about the rest of their life, where they're going to live. It's like, no, she only has to worry for 2 months tops. Okay, but my wife is too nice. My wife says, no, you can't throw your sister out. She's dying of cancer. But my sister's like going, and you can't throw me out because I'm dying of cancer. And I'm like, you know something? If I wasn't married to this really decent woman, I would throw your ass out because you'd only be out for a couple of months. Okay.
And why can't nobody see this but me?
So you do not lend what you cannot afford to give, is what I'm saying. And let that be a lesson to all you people out there who plan on lending some money. Don't lend me any money. If you can't give it to me, don't give it to me. Because I'm not paying you back. I want to.
Gosh.
Okay, I'm just joking. Wow. I'm just joking because
wow.
I would pay you back.
You're going to have to. You're going to have to. All right. CNN reports 3 hours ago, Biden administration considering sending U.S. Special Operations Forces to protect U.S. Embassy in Kyiv. I thought we said we weren't going to go over there. I really thought that's what they said. So my only question is, do you think we should go over there for that purpose, or should we stay out of it? What do you think?
Well, here's the deal, and I understand the nuances of what they're saying. They're saying we're not sending troops over there to fight in Ukraine. Technically, the embassy is us. Our laws apply to our embassy. So if somebody commits a crime, let's say a U.S. citizen is in Ukraine and he commits a crime, he robs a bank and he runs all the way to the embassy and he makes it inside, he can go like, "Side, you can't touch me. I'm on American soil." And then we have to decide whether or not we're going to give them back to the Ukraine to press charges. So we are technically protecting our own land when we put the special forces there. But also, Russia really doesn't want to fuck with us. And I think maybe, I'll be honest, I believe I believe Putin's dying anyway. I believe Putin has some kind of syphilis and is rotting his brain, and that's why he's acting so crazy fucking stupid right now. I believe he's got the same, whatever syphilis that Donald Trump has, I think Putin has the same one. And I think they both got it in that hotel room back with the P tape. Okay, I'm just saying I think that's what happened. But so that's why they're doing it. And also, so Putin won't aim at the embassy because there are Americans there, in theory. But Putin's not aiming the missiles. It's those stupid Russian soldiers that are just aiming at any fucking thing. Schools, hospitals, Red Cross stations, they don't care. So I don't think it's a smart thing to do. I understand why he's doing it. And technically, he's not defending the Ukraine. He's defending our territory inside of Ukraine.
Okay.
And I think he's also trying to prevent what happens. I should know better because I'm a very smart man. Jenny. But we had Benghazi when the embassy was like bum rushed. Okay, they said there wasn't insufficient protection. So yes, we have the embassy there. So now we got to put people there because otherwise, if there is some kind of bum rush, we don't need another 12 years of Benghazi hearings. And they're going like, Biden should have protected them. Biden. Like, shut the fuck up, okay? I understand what he's doing. He's covering his ass and he's coloring just inside the lines.
Just inside the lines. I love it. I
He's
love
coloring
it.
just inside the lines.
If he
And
ain't doing that,
I'm not a Biden fan, but at least he's trying. Biden, okay, all you people out there that giving Biden shit and you don't understand why, shut the fuck up. If you didn't vote, shut the fuck up, okay? Vote. Then you're important. Then only will your vote matter, but your opinion will matter. But right now, Biden is trying to help. Trump did not try to help. Biden at least trying. Even if he helps, if I'm cutting my grass, okay, and some little kid comes along with a pair of scissors and he says, I'm going to just trim around the edges so you don't have to trim around the edges, at least he's helping. I'm not going to say, you little worthless runt, get away from my edging. You're not doing anything. You're only going to save me 10 minutes. At least he's helping. Now, if he had like one of those old lawnmowers that blew bubbles and he's just following me around blowing bubbles, I'm just like, get the fuck out of here. You're not helping. You're like Donald Trump. You're not helping. You're just blowing bubbles up my ass. Get out of here. I'd rather have somebody who's helping a little and trying to help and helping a little than someone who's got a lot of bubbles and not helping at all. So if you don't like Biden, at least he's trying.
At least he's trying. I like the way you think. All right. USA Today, last question, by the way. My boyfriend is very close with another woman. Can men and women really be just friends? What say you?
Yeah, but it's up to the woman. It's up to the woman because 9 out of 10 guys is going to want to fuck 20 out of 22 women, okay, or 22 out of 22 women. And it's not. And look, and I'm not saying this because it's up to the woman. It's always up to the woman. Okay, with the exception of I'm going to say with the exception of rape, it's always up to the woman to determine where that relationship is going to go. I'm gonna tell you when my wife and I first met, when we first started seeing each other, the first night we were together, the next morning I said to her, you're going to have to tell me when we're dating because I won't know because I've had a lot of one night stands and booty calls in my life. And I would think we're dating and they were like, no, you're just a just in case dick. If I can't find the dick I want, I'll take the dick that's nearby, which is you. So I've had a lot of those. And my wife says, I'm not a booty call. We're dating. So it's up to the woman. Now, had my wife said, I'm a booty call. We're not dating. I'd have been fine with that, because I just wanted to spend time with her. And it didn't matter what we called it. I didn't care what she called it. I didn't care if she called it wife, girlfriend, master and servant. We could play a little kinky slap and tickle, whatever. It doesn't matter what title it is. We're enjoying each other's company. So I think it's up to the woman to determine what that relationship is going to be. It's up to the man to decide if you want to be in that kind of relationship or not. Okay. If the woman says, I want to see other men, then it's her vagina. If you can't deal with it, then you need to find another vagina that's a little more compliant to your plans. I'm gonna tell you, like, when my wife and I, when we got together, she'd been married before, I've been married before. We weren't virgins, okay? And it's nobody's business how many people she'd been with before, and it's nobody's business how many people I've been with before. The only thing that I get concerned with is I don't care how many men she had been with. The only thing I want to know is if you took all the penises, you laid them end to end, how long would they be? And how many of my penises do I have to line up next to it to equal that distance without having a remainder? Because I want a whole number, a nice whole number. So that's all I'm saying.
Wow, we have made it to the end of round number 3, and this has been so entertaining. I didn't even care how long we went. I was getting all of this, but now my bonus question is...
Wait a minute, I only counted 5 questions. So you owe me 16 questions.
Oh my God.
So this is what I need you to ask me, okay? I need you to ask me. No, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, I want to know, because your hair is absolutely beautiful. Your locks are lovely. How long did it take you to grow them?
Okay, I started growing them in 2005. I started locking them in 2006. Um, and it would be a lot longer, but for the first 10 years that I had my dreads, I guess, I was cutting an inch a month off of my
Oh,
dreads
wow. Really?
because my hair was, yeah, an inch a month. I was cutting them. And then a few years ago, I realized that my hair in the front was not growing as fast as the hair in the back. So I stopped cutting the hair in the front because I didn't want to look like Stevie Wonder. As a matter of fact, I have a deal. I have a deal with the guy who does my hair, James. James, if you're out there, his name is James Lilly. It's called Samaj Styles. Okay, he's
Right
the one that
on.
does my hair. Okay, he does my hair. He's the. I've only had one other person do my hair other than him. When I lived in Florida for about a year, a few months to a year, there was a young lady named Stephanie King, a white chick. And I'm saying that because if you live in the Venice area and you have dreads and you're looking for someone to do your hair, Stephanie King is a white chick, but she does a good fucking job at hair. Okay, and she smells nice. I've been trying to get James to wear the same color perfume that she wears, but he won't do it. And I just told him, I said, James, I love what you do with my hair. It's just that I would like it if you leaned over, had a little more cleavage, and if you smelled different, it'd be nice. Just smell like, because Stephanie had cleavage. So I have cleavage like Stephanie and smell like her. And James, I will come to you and with you every time. But no, that's beside the point.
Oh my
But
gosh.
now I didn't know what I was going to do with my hair. I just started letting it grow. I just wanted to be able to style my hair. And after a year of me just letting my hair grow, my mother said to me, boy, what are you going to do with that hair? You going to cut it? I said, no, ma'am. I said, I'm going to style it. I just haven't decided if I'm going to do cornrows or dreadlocks. And my mother says, oh, for God's sakes, don't do dreadlocks because those people don't bathe. And when she said that, I said dreadlocks it is because for my mother, for my mother to think that people with dreadlocks do not bathe, don't have jobs. This is my mother saying people with dreadlocks do not bathe, do not have jobs, and all they do is sit around and get high. I thought that at least she would know one person with dreads who bathed, who had a job, and did not sit around and get high. And it turns out my mother was wrong because as soon as I got the dreads, I quit my job, I stopped bathing, no, and I just get high all the fucking time.
Oh
No,
my
I'm
God.
no,
Oh my
no.
goodness.
So I grew the dreads to piss off my mother and to correct her, to contradict her, so that she would understand that her stereotypes about people with dreads was wrong, and it didn't help. My mother, you ever heard the expression of someone talk about a black person? They go like they're one of the good ones. So usually
Yes.
it's like a Klansman. A Klansman will say like, oh that don't worry about Timmy. He's one of the good ones. He won't bother your daughter or touch your car. He's one of the good ones. And that's how my mother looked at me and dreads. My mother like said, that's my boy. He's one of the good ones with the dreads. He's one of the good ones. He bathes and he has a job and he has good credit. So and look
Well,
over there, see
I
that wife? Yeah, yeah.
absolutely love them. I think I've been marveling at them the entire episode. Like, your hair is beautiful. Don't let me catch you in a alley. But congratulations, sir. You have made it to the end of round 3. And like I said, there would be a prize at the end. There would be a surprise, I should say. A surprise. So the surprise at the end is what we always do to thank our folks for coming by and for hanging out with us. And it is game time. And this is our favorite part of the show where we get to play a really fun game with our castmate and we can see what can he do in 60 seconds? That's all we ever give them to do. So are you ready for your challenge, your 60-second challenge, GD Fenderson?
Sure. Yeah.
All
yeah.
right, your game is going to be emoji time. Emoji talk,
Okay.
actually. So what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to see how many of these you can decipher within 60 seconds. The clock is going to be put at 60 seconds. Here, let me actually get a clock so I ain't cheating. Because I will cheat sometimes, just sometimes though. It's not all the time. It's just sometimes, So let me get the clock if I can find one here. Oh, here we go.
I hope they're all eggplants because I only know two emojis, eggplant and peach. And if you got anything other than the eggplant and the peach, I'm not gonna know. Look, I'm 62 years old. I don't know what an emoji is.
Oh my God, you look amazing. Congratulations. But the clock starts now. What is this one? Decipher this.
Okay, somebody's crying and they got their hands up. Okay, I got it down to one of two things. Either the one in the middle has to pee so bad that that river is what he just did, or he wants to cry me a river. One of the two.
Hey, awesome. Next one, emoji talk. Decipher this.
Okay, okay. It's skull and crossbones, which is poison. Okay. Yeah, I know what this is. That's my stock portfolio. Deadline.
You have 10 seconds left. Decipher this.
Oh, shit. Okay. First of all, is that AM or PM on the clock? That doesn't make a difference.
PM.
Okay, all right. So, see you later, alligator.
Oh, and you have answered everyone in a minute. It has been amazing hanging out with you, GD Fenderson. I am going to play this interview over and over and over and over again. But before I get to that, let's add in one more call tag for you. Go ahead and tell the people where they can find you and a little bit more about your show coming up June 2nd and 3rd.
Okay. First of all, I want everybody to write this down. You got pen and paper? Because this is how it works. Great. Okay. See, can you see that? That's my website, www.soogdfunny.com. Okay? Because remember that, and anything else I say to you, you can forget and just go to that website and you go, oh, yeah, he talked about that. All right. So that's my website. You can find me like YouTube. You can get to me through there. You can get to me through Facebook, Instagram, Counter Social. If I have a social media and I can't even remember it, it's on that website. I'm old. I don't have to remember it. I have a website, and all you got to do is remember the website. Now, as far as the show goes, June 2nd, June 3rd, in Westminster, Maryland, at the Carroll Community College, the Scott Theater. The show is called Psychotomy 101, The Jokes Less Traveled. Okay? It's a 90-minute show. It's just me. I'm opening and I'm closing. I'm doing the whole thing. If you want to see my first two shows, you can go to my website and you can find them there. If you want to see my urn, which I have a thing on my website. See that, and I'm surprised you didn't mention that, Brenda. On my website, I have like pictures of my urn where I'm going to be not buried. Well, my ashes are going to be kept once I'm gone. I have an urn.
Actually, I kind of seen that on your page, and I wasn't quite sure what it was. But
that's my urn.
Now that you're explaining it to me, it was one of the pictures that I was going to confiscate, but I couldn't figure out what exactly it was because at the moment on the picture, you had it full of chocolate, I think, and you had like a strawberry. Right.
Yes.
I couldn't figure out what it was.
What is this? I bought I'll probably die one day. And in the event that I do, I'm going to be cremated. In the event that I'm cremated, that's my urn where I'm going to be. The problem is, if I don't use it now, it's just going to be a single use. And I will have spent those hundreds of dollars for that urn to only use it one time. And I'm too cheap for that. So I have all these other uses for it so that I can get my money's worth before I die. And that's what those are. So you saw the chocolate and the strawberry. I was using it as a fondue. A chocolate fountain. So that was right. You melt the chocolate and it fountains up, and you dip the strawberry in it.
Well, so
Yeah.
I want an apology because I definitely saw it. I just didn't know what it was.
Okay, because that's funny. Because I was like, she didn't really. Did she really not? How could you
I didn't
not
know
ask me about
what
that?
it was.
Oh, okay. Now you
I
know.
didn't know enough to ask you, but I do have 3 more questions. I call these my bonus questions just in case you go
Okay.
back through this hour and 45 minutes and discover that I did not ask you 21 questions. So I
5
always
questions.
carry these in my back pocket. So are you ready for your 3 bonus questions?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay, number
yeah.
1, did you have a good time?
Yes, June 2nd and June 3rd. Westminster, Maryland. Yes, I had a great time.
Wait, let me show it to him. There you go, y'all. That's what he was talking about. Right
Yes,
there, right there.
yes.
All right. Number 2, have you ever been a part of an interview like this on the internet or anywhere?
No, I have not, and I do want to thank you for a very enjoyable experience. I hope that your audience enjoyed it as much as I did. And since you gave me a surprise, I'm gonna give you guys a surprise. Oh, my camera. Never mind. Uh,
Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
Picture,
No, never.
picture, picture. Oh, okay. well,
And that was a
well,
freebie.
that was
You'd
a
have gotten your
freebie.
money's worth. Yeah, they've gotten their money's worth.
Absolutely. I've gotten my money's worth. They've gotten their money's worth, and I think I got my money's worth for next month too. Which brings me to my last question.
hmm
Always most important. First of all, are you okay? Like, are you good?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's the COVID. It couldn't
Oh,
kill
I
me
know.
last week,
I
but
know.
it's trying. Yeah, yeah.
Thank God for virtual comedy. Okay, question number 3 is, will you join us again? I got something. No, wait, you got a wife. Okay, strike that comment. Anyway,
Uh,
will you come back and join us for another episode where we can really get nosy with our 21 questions?
Literally anytime. What are you doing now? Because my wife's asleep right now, and I can talk for another 90 minutes. Look, this I feel good. I really feel good because I haven't talked for almost 2 weeks. I've been saving my voice so that I could do this tonight because I didn't have a voice before. Remember last week I was.
Yeah,
Remember
you were
last week
hoarse. I remember that.
I couldn't talk. I could not talk at all. And then yet even yesterday I could talk, but I couldn't talk without coughing. Like so, I would say like, "Hi, yeah, yeah." So this is great. Now I know. I know that next week when I do my 90-minute set, or the sex. Am I doing sex or sets next week? Okay, I'm sorry, it's set. It's 90-minute sex, 9 minute sex. Okay, got it. You carry the 1, the 0 decimal point. Okay, never mind. I got it.
You're gonna get us both killed. Well, you have an audience, and they have thoroughly enjoyed you being here. Henny B says this has been fun. Of course,
Thank you,
Brenda
Henny B.
B says, "Hey."
Thank you, Brenda B.
You are welcome. Defunct says, thanks for the mention. Absolutely. And shout out to you, Defunct. These are all of the people that I have tagged in these episodes. So if you see your name appear on the screen, we thank you for tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond. There are 10 likes. We got up to 12 viewers, which is like, I didn't think we would be able to top it with Sandy Bernstein in the house, but you have definitely topped it on this episode. So congratulations to you.
If I may say something, I love Sandy. If you're watching or if you watch this later, I love you. Carol says hi. You're a gem. I love you. Your mom jokes are hilarious. I call them mom jokes because I think most of them are too funny to be just dad jokes. I don't think dads are that funny. But her jokes, I think she's really good. She's really good at what she does, and she's found her niche. I think she's really good. She's really funny. And thank you for the kind words, Sandy. And I didn't plan on topping it. I was hoping we could both be tops together. I didn't know if that was a thing. Brenda,
Well, it's not in this world, okay? Everybody gets a trophy because her interview was fun. I look forward to doing more episodes with her. And every one of you guys always tops what I think can be done on these shows. So I literally just watch the show level up with each guest that comes on it. And I thank you for topping us out, because I never think I would get lucky enough to have two great interviews on the same day. Like sometimes I get two bad ones, and then sometimes I get one bad one, and I don't even show those. I just go ahead and erase them. But the good ones, I make sure get out to the public over and over and over again. And this Monday has been just one of the best ones that I have had in a long time. And I can't wait to have both you and her back on my show and in my space and in my viewers' space. And with that being said, GD, it has been wonderful having you around. I just like to remind everybody this is a live show. You guys can go over to Roku, access your Roku device, download your UBSN TV app. It's going to look a lot like this, and it is free. So go ahead and download it and tune in, because all these episodes are live on Roku, Fire Stick, and Apple TV. And once you get that app, the UBSN TV app, you'll simply go ahead and push the button, and you will be welcomed by friendly faces like GD Fenderson and, of course, myself. And with that being said, guys, we are out of here. We thank you for tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond. And whoo, has this been an episode. Stay tuned to the Green Room for GD Fenderson. But for the rest of you, catch us Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for your next installment of something that we're running over here. But if you really want the jokes, tune in Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, because we are keeping the funny rolling. And with that being said, I enjoyed all of you guys. Thank you, everybody who left a comment. D-Funk, Angie, Henny Brown. Let me see who else. Cherie. Hey, my girl, Cherie. Hey, girl, hey. Yes, and all the people who I tagged into the post. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you later.